Okay, a quick check to make sure I am indeed recording audio, and good. Hello, Raw Mithril here once again, and it's time to return to Mega Man Powered Up's Challenge Mode. This time we'll be moving on to Iceman stages. So it's time for 10 stages of Winter Wonderland. First up, Freeze and Climb. The main things worth noting when playing as Iceman: he can use the Ice Slasher to freeze enemies and use them as platforms, and he also does not slip on ice. So that comes in rather handy. Onward to number 32, Climb the Ice Tower. This time we're set at 1 life, so this can be a bit problematic. This time we're working with freezing different kinds of enemies, so you need to know how to react to each one. Also, don't panic and fire too many times or you'll kill the enemy instead of making a handy platform. So far things aren't too bad. Now that's a little spastic. And then they give you a blader to play with. That's probably the most dangerous thing in this challenge, but we're done. Next up, number 33. Use attacks to your advantage. The goal is to destroy the Hothead, and you have 1 life. So the epic battle of fire versus ice. Well, Ice Slasher is Fireman's weakness, so this shouldn't be too bad. You can get in a couple of hits right from the start there, but after that you're going to have to freeze the tackle fires. His shots have a nasty habit of getting in the way as well. But it really doesn't take too long to finish this one off. Onward to 34, Freeze and Go. That's not how it is, it's stop and freeze. Now here we learn the rather important lesson that the Ice Slasher can actually go through walls. That's very handy, though you do still have to wait for the big eyes to cooperate so you can get through. But the Ice Slasher does make things a lot easier. Not quite. No, I just have to wait for you to come a bit closer this way. That's close enough. Now for number 35, Cross the Frozen Fire. Once again we're at 1 life, so we have to be on our guard. This one's all about freezing the fire streams. You can shoot through those too, so that helps out a good bit. It's also worth noting that some streams are constant, while others alternate. That didn't quite work out as I'd hoped. That's better. and nothing to it. And now number 36, Freezing Blizzard. Destroy 2 Sniper Joes, and you have 1 life. This sounds intimidating, but with the Ice Slasher, it really isn't that bad. Essentially, you want to start by freezing one target so that you can concentrate on the other. And once you have one frozen, the rest is pretty easy. Onward to 37. Cross Octopus Battery Canyon. Again, we're set at 1 life, but at the very least we can attack this time. So it's not one of those fleeing from the Octopus Battery horde levels.
Ready? Reporting for duty.
So this stage is all about platform management, freezing the various enemies and using them to your advantage. Though that is very clearly a flying shell and not an octopus battery. Granted, most of the enemies in this stage are indeed of the Octopus Battery persuasion. Getting the enemies to actually behave here and go where you need them to, that's the tricky bit. For instance, this Octopus Battery, you pretty much have to freeze it right in the center if you want to get through. And here you need to freeze them as they rise. If they get off the top of the screen, you're not getting through. And thankfully we're done. This is probably the most annoying stage out of Iceman's challenges. Time for number 38, Cross Flea Valley. Despite it sounding similar to the last one, this one isn't quite as bad, I don't think.
Ready? Reporting for duty.
Now we do have to deal with the fleas, of course, but for the most part it really isn't all that bad. Just freeze them as they jump across. It's nowhere near as exacting as the Octopus Battery challenge. There's a lot more leeway here. Now, going upwards can be a little bit trickier, but still not that bad. Just be sure to freeze this one so you can come up here. And that's all there is to it. It only really tries to catch you at the end like that. On to number 39. Freeze, you're toast. Destroy 3 octopus batteries. After all the pain they caused earlier, don't mind if I do. Basically, the rule here is get ready to shoot and fast. If you lose one of them off the bottom of the screen, then you pretty much lose. You're not getting it back. But if you keep shooting quickly, it's not too much of a problem. And now for Iceman's final challenge, number 40. Killer Bullet Ice Field. Yes, we're going out with a bang. So, what's more fun than frozen platforms? Frozen platforms that explode if you're not careful. Yes, if you shoot a killer bullet twice with the Ice Slasher, it will explode. And despite being frozen, it'll still have its full blast radius. So, that's all kinds of fun to have to wash out for. That makes this a fairly hectic stage to get through. Especially when they do things like that. Be sure and wait for them to go through. And now there's this bit of fun. making these tiny jumps can also be rather tricky. But we've made it through. With that, that's another 10 stages complete. Iceman's challenges are finished. And, yeah, not without incident. Plenty of outtakes to enjoy in part 2. See you then.